Good morning. Today we are going to talk about VATSIM flight for beginners with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're just going to kind of jump right in. I do assume that you have VATSIM, an account, you have vPilot, and you've at least seen that. If you haven't, we'll look at another one, or we'll create another one of these on how to get the account set up and things like that. So first things first, for flight planning, right? We're going to take this start to finish. So we are going to jump here to vattastic.com. I think it's a great website. What it does, it shows you who is online and who is not. The dark gray boxes are centers, and the circles of different sizes are the different layers from the top down, then who has control. You see out here in Chicago Center, they are online. They have any airport in here that's not someone below them. You can then see that Chicago Approach is on for O'Hare. So that's kind of how that's set up. Approach will then handle everything below them, and Center handles everything else. Out here in Indy Center and DC Center, they are doing everything here this morning. Not a lot of folks on. You can see then airports that have traffic in or out. Doesn't mean those are the only airports you can fly into, just who has an active flight plan set up right there. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun with some weather. So we are going to fly Roanoke, Virginia, under DC Center, out to the coast at into Norfolk. Fly through some weather, and we'll see kind of what happens. So we'll have some fun with that. So that's what I like to set up here. One other thing, just briefly. Sometimes I use VATSIM Mobile Monitor. I find it is very good to see where other traffic is. Sometimes I do find it to be delayed with centers on and off, but assuming that a center's on, you can always click on a center and you get a list of all the airports they are responsible for. And so I've already verified KROA and KORF, Roanoke and Norfolk, are on this list, so I can fly startup to shutdown with one radio frequency, and that definitely helps in the beginning. It's one less thing to worry about. It's a little bit less realistic. The upside is that makes it easier. So we've got to do some flight planning. I use Navigraph, definitely worth a couple of bucks, a month for it. If you fly very infrequently, or I've heard little nav map and some other options are good. I do like this. I like to sync it up with my iPad, see what's going on. I've enjoyed it. It's given me a lot of fun. So in here, we're going to set up a new flight. Whoop. So I'm going to create a new active flight. We are going to do new flight manual input. That was KROA to KORF. Create it. So the up and down side of doing it this way is that I'm flying with two airports that do not have ATIS right now, and so there's not a great way to know which way they may take me. And so to know the departures and even runways out and approaches in right now, I am definitely flying blind. That's the one downside. We're going to kind of take it for what it is. Right now it's going to fly direct. I like to throw a couple of VORs in, and you can actually see I'm going to fly right through one. So we're going to dial in and add this to a route. So I'll fly Roanoke to Lynchburg VOR, and then let's see. That's an airport. Maybe that's a DME. Anyways, let's see. I like to get a couple in just because I have found that it makes it easier to could fly to, say, well, they actually have one right here then. Very good. All right, we will actually fly this route just like this. All right, so we're set this up. We'll do two other things then. We have to come into here and we need to export it. We have to export as a PLN. And because we are between 0 and 179 degrees, we will be an even flight number. If I've screwed that up, I apologize. There's some weather. We'll fly at 12,000. We'll fly at flight 12. And then what we're going to do, we have to come in here one more time, export. We're going to copy the route to keyboard. Okay, So now the other thing we have to do before we kind of get moving is we need to come in here into VATSIM, okay? This is the dashboard for once you have an account. And what we are going to do is click on Flight Planning, File a Flight Plan. So I tend to fly as November 11985, IFR rules, Beechcraft type, ICO type, you can look these up. I fly with the Beechcraft Baron G58, so that would be BE, Beechcraft 58. We're light, we're under 7,000 kilograms. Equipment, slash golf, transponder, Charlie, departure, KROA, off block time. I've got to see what the UTC time is. UTC right now, I do this all the time, unfortunately. And 3:11 in the afternoon, so it's 15:10. Let's say we'll be off for 15:30. We'll say 12,000, about 175 knots into KORF. We're not going to put down alternate runway, airport rather, en route time. Let's see how many miles that was. Oh, 183. Too bad. An hour and a half. How much fuel endurance you're going to have. So now here we're going to just copy and paste in those details. The more you have, down here in remarks you put which is going on. I new to VATSIM, FS2020, just that way people know because there are a couple of bugs. And then we'll put on YouTube of flight, just a courtesy to let folks know that you know, we're going to broadcast this later. File the flight plan. Filed. Okay, great. So now what we can do is we're going to jump into Flight Simulator. And just a couple of things here. So what we are doing, right, we are flying KROA. And now this is kind of the important part for when you do this. Here's the airport. Big rule is we always start in parking. We do not start on the runway. So you have to pick somewhere in here. So I don't know. We'll just set that as my departure. We are not going to do anything else in here. Oh, that's medium, that's fine. Here's my airplane, right? Weights and balance. That. We got a co-pilot today, and I don't know, taking some bags with us. Okay, great. For fuel, well, maybe we'll take just a little more. Maybe we'll take about 60%, 65% fuel. 60% is probably good. Not going to really calculate this out, and then just double check that matches. Okay, I also use Rex weather, so we have to then boot up in clear skies, live time but clear. Okay, and then we are going to fly. Okay, so while that's coming up, then we're going to throw in Rex weather. That means it's booting, a bit intense. While we're doing that, got my iPad here, can't see anything. That flight I created on the screen is in here, so I can load that flight. I can show you what that's going to look like. What we need to do here then is we need to add in KROA. Search for it. Add it. We can see as the METAR data, so temperature, and we kind of see what's going on here, and then we'll be able to start the weather synthesis inside of Flight Simulator. So I really enjoy flying with this. It definitely adds a level of realism. I can put the keyboard away now. Also, get yourself a handy little notepad. You need to write down a lot of details when we are flying. Another big one is that everything kind of goes. All right, so we are set up now. Better than we were. We are going to kick on the batteries, turn these both off, avionics on. We are going to come over to here and load this thing. Okay, now
Eldon 2 arrival, expect the ILS runway 2 true right approach, route altimeter 3015.
Okay, we had a couple CTDs with some weird stuff I think I had to find. Kind of
send me the Eldon, standby.
Some of this.
Send me the Eldon 2 arrival for runway 23 right altimeter. I didn't get the altimeter, sorry.
FedEx 1980, the Raleigh altimeter 3015.
Alright, we'll send the Allen 2 arrival for runway 23 right, altimeter 3015, FedEx 1980.
Okay, and then we are about ready to jump on the radio.
Washington Center, Delta 1021 with you, looking for IFR clearance to Cleveland Hopkins.
Delta 1021 Washington Center, confirm you have the flight plan filed?
Stand by, let me check on that. I have had issues in the past, I'll be right back.
No problem.
DC Center, Beechcraft 119er85, looking for IFR clearance to Norfolk.
Beechcraft 9119er85, Washington Center, close request, standby number 1. You probably number 2.
So here, air traffic control is just kind of busy managing things, and so they're putting us into a queue, just letting you know, hang tight for a minute.
That's 546, that's I did not give to you, running 1 center, clear land.
Clear land, United 546.
An American 1897 ready to taxi.
American 1897, running 19er, taxi via November 1 Kilo, Julius crossing 15.
Roger, November Kilo, cross runway 15, hold short of runway 19 for American 1897.
Delta 41, contact Indy Center 119.55 today.
Was that for Delta 41?
Delta 41, A from Indy 1955.
Over to Indy Center 119.25, Delta 41.
At this point, we kind of just hang tight and wait until they give us our clearance, and then we'll start up. Airports, especially when they have more of the layers of the control, will tell you when you're allowed to start up your airplane, and then kind of.
Beechcraft 985, Washington Center.
Ready to copy clearance.
Beechcraft 985, cleared to Norfolk Airport via River Vectors Direct, Lynchburg Direct, maintain 5,000, expect 1,010 minute after departure, departure frequency 133.72, squad 3641.
Washington Center, United 546, on taxiway Yankee 3, request taxi to the gate.
546, taxi to the gate via Yankee, have a good day.
You too. Thanks for your help today.
Washington Center, can I get the altitude on that one more time, Beach 119er85?
Just stand by. Brakes out to 2170, you ready?
Ready to go.
South of 2170, wind 230 at 4, runway 228, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, Southwest 2170.
An American 1897 is ready.
Sorry. The cruise altitude 12,000 is invalid for direction of flight. You want to take 11,000 or 13,000.
We'll go 11,000.
Beechcraft 985, clear to Norfolk via Direct Lynchburg Direct, maintain 5,000, expect 11,010 minute after departure. Departure at this frequency, squawk 3641.
All right, clear to Norfolk, expect expect radar vectors direct to Lynchburg, then direct as filed. Altitude 5,000, expect 11,000. Frequency with you, 113.725. Transponder 3641, Beach 11985.
November 985, Rebecca is correct. The Roanoke altimeter 3017, call for taxi at only 6 for departure.
Roger that. Okay, so what do we have now? So what we know is we are cleared IFR to Norfolk. We are going to fly via radar vectors.
And American 1897 ready.
That was as planned. Then
American 1897, wind 220 at 8, running 19, clear for takeoff.
Then we'll be going as filed. Altitude upon takeoff.
19, clear for takeoff. American 1897.
It gets busy. 5,000 feet. Then expect 1,000. I screwed up that on the filing. It had to be there odd. So it was on me. Frequency. So that's what we were talking about earlier. We're staying with this guy the whole time. Makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, they let you know what to tune to once you're up in the air. And then transponder 3641. Okay, so we're going to start getting things set up.
Center JetBlue 476 with you, flight level 330.
So first thing we're going to do is set our transponder 3641. So come down here in the G1000. 3641. Back and then turn.
476 Washington Center, good morning. Reception spawner squad 3723.
We're going to set altitude.
Transponder set 3723, JetBlue 476.
Okay. We've got that set. What else do we need to set? We are going to see it. We will set Lynchburg VOR. So, right, so we come into our map, and I can pull up. Lynchburg is 109. Decimal 20. And so when I swap nav1 in, Lynchburg shows up. So that's on my VOR. So I can fly GPS or I can fly VOR.
And WestJet 733, depart Dixon, heading 230.
Heading 230, WestJet 733.
WestJet 733, depart Dixon, NDB heading 230 and descend maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, WestJet 733.
Now we're going to fire up. So we are going to...
Delta 21 sending radar contact, climb maintain level 350, whenever proceed or swan resume navigation.
Right, so... mixture.
Okay, 350, direct swan, Southwest 2170.
American 1897 radar contact, indicate passing 2,700, climb maintain level 320.
Climb maintain level 320, American 1897.
JetBlue 476 for the contact 16 miles southwest of the Kingston VOR level 330, welcome.
Okay, sorry. So move back into startup. So mixture's up. We're going to take this up just a hair. Parking brake is set. And so then what we do is fuel pump on. Turn our fuel selectors on. I tend to forget that one. And we are going to move the mags. Okay, and I have the flight panel, so it does them at the same time. Technically, you're supposed to do one engine then the other, but we're going to just kind of skip through and fire them both up. These come up. Again, you're supposed to do one at a time, then I just do a quick mag check. Left mag, right mag, both. Okay, we're good. Alternators on. You know, hollering at me. Pitot heat on. It's dark enough. We'll throw panel lights on. Beacon, nav. We will wait on strobe. Yeah, we don't need taxi. We'll throw them on. Just dark enough. Okay. Gears down. Oops, are set. So we are kind of dialed in now. We're not really using a true SID on the way out of here, which is fine.
Delta 483, contact in the center, 119.55. Have a good day.
We are going to set up for, I think, GPS today. Okay. So we're doing this.
Contact 119.55, Delta 483.
I'm going to get this set up here. So now what we need to do is we need to have a map, because we need to know now which way we are going to get to runway 6. Washington Center, Beach 119er85, ready for taxi clearance.
Beach 119er85, runway 6, taxi via Golf Alpha Echo, cross range 34.
Runway 6 via Golf Alpha Echo, cross runway 34, Beach 119er85.
Washington, sir. Good morning. This is UPS 12. 96 p.m. Final 310.
UPS 1276, Washington Center, request to request, standby number 1.
Okay, so we are good. We are going to get moving here now. So we basically need to get 180'd. I don't usually do the pushback, but you can do kind of how.
UPS 1276, confirm the current location.
Break off, and we are gonna
Proceeding direct to Papa Sierra Kilo VR station, UPS 1276.
UPS 1276, my apologies. Yeah, I thought you were calling for the clearance. I got you now. Welcome aboard.
Washington Center, United 968 on the ground at Dulles, IFR to Charlotte.
United 968, Washington Center, request request, standby number 1, expect PDC.
I do tend to do here is sometimes that gets a little funky on you. Again, just one more map just to know where we're at, and then we are going to come up here to the taxiway. And the smaller airports are nice too, because no one else is probably flying out of here with me right now. I could always check one of the VATTastic or VATSIM mobile monitor, and those will let you know. But it's just a good way to, again, it's easier. One less thing for you to worry about is traffic and who's out and who
UPS 1276, descend via the Alden 2 arrival. Expect the ILS rank 2 true right approach the route altimeter 3014.
We will take Golf all the way out. Flight sim, I need to maybe turn off some of the ground transportation. It just makes it kind of realistic but unrealistic. They're just sort of always not where you want them to be, but that's...
Blue Water 100, leave the airspace. Newark Center offline, radar service terminated. The frequency change improves. Have a good day.
Over to 122.8, so long, Blue Water 100 heavy.
No, technically too close, but we're just trying to get out here and have a little bit of fun. Okay, we're on Golf and we are coming down to Alpha here. Right, we are going to then take Alpha taxiway, and it's this other just bump out. So again, just good to know where you're paying attention, where you're at, and so that's going to be this little piece just in front of us. And we're going to taxi on out. We are now heading onto the Alpha taxiway. and then this right up here is echo. Typically you hold at runways, but when you are told to cross, you are told to cross. Sometimes they are shut down or not being in use, so again, that's what air traffic's for. If not, you stop at those double yellows right there. But here we are going to do this. We are now getting ready to
WestJet 733, turn left heading 180.
Cross the runway.
Left heading 180, WestJet 733.
Sometimes they'll ask if you want to, or they will tell you to, intersect a runway midpoint for a shorter takeoff. You know, these smaller planes don't need 10,000 feet of runway to get a Baron up or Bonanza or Cessna 172 and things like that. So, you know, something like this, they could have said, you know, would you just want to intersect 6 at Lima, and then right we're just gonna have a shorter runway. And a lot of times they ask if you're good with that. And again, you can say, no, I'm not. I need the whole thing. Air traffic control is to keep everyone safe, everyone know where everyone is, monitor the traffic, but they're also there to help. I've had people jump on and help give me taxi instructions if I'm getting a little bit lost. Again, if you have no clue what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it, but yeah, sometimes you're getting looped around, or they can tell that you stopped and you're probably pulling up a map. They'll just say, hey, hang a left right here and keep moving. Again, they know that we're not all professionals, and we're all just trying to have a good time. Right, so now we hold short. We are getting ready. Let me just check a couple of things here briefly. And okay, we are about ready to do this. Washington Center, Beechcraft 119er85, holding short, runway 6.
Beechcraft 119er85, Windcom runway 6, clear for takeoff, lighting 055.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6, heading 055, Beach 119er85. And so just one final piece then, we will dial this in to 055.
WestJet 733, procedure at Baghdad, cross Baghdad 2100, cleared the ILS, crush and clear the RNAV runway 1 approach.
Direct Baghdad at 2100 feet, cleared for the ILS approach, WestJet 733.
Get us out of here.
Washington Center, Delta 1021 at Raleigh, Durham. Currently assigned Elwood 3, ready to push back. Start. We have information uniform.
Throwing the strobes on. Now we are going to get lined up on the runway.
Delta 1021, push and start on. I think it's phosphorus approved, face northeast, runway 23 right for departure.
Okay. We are
23 right for departure, Delta 1021.
Okay, so is everything set? Things that we need. Got some lights on. Lights okay. Cowl flaps open. Flap set for takeoff. Okay, so we are going to come out of here and we are going to climb to 5,000 on heading 055. So that's actually runway. So that's just the direction we are going, and then we will lock into direct to Lynchburg once we are told.
NDC Center, FedEx 1980 about to level off at 6,000 at butts.
FedEx 1980 does maintain 3,000.
3,000 FedEx 1980.
Rotate and about 10 degrees, and we have positive gear up. Oh, a little bit of wind out here. That's okay. Flaps up. Yeah, kicking around a little bit. Landing lights off. Oh, okay. Again. And then if you need to, you can always tap autopilot, because that will throw it into
WestJet 733, the New River Towers are closed on weekends and holidays, so no check observed between you and the New Bern Marine Corps Air Station. Report IFR cancellation in the air on the ground on this frequency. Radar service terminated. Frequency H improved.
Thank you so much. Frequency H improved. WestJet 733, good day.
Don't know what that was. autopilot can still be a little weird. Maybe I bumped a button I wasn't supposed to. So either way, we'll get up and out of here. You can see this is why we fly IFR.
Center, Papa Sierra 1020, request IFR to Jacksonville at Raleigh Durham.
Papa Sierra 1020, Washington, request standby number 1.
Okay.
Hey, Washington Center, Gamma Jet 874. When you're ready, I'd like to pick up clearance to Clarksburg, please.
What's the call sign?
It's Gamma Jet 874, sir.
Okay, Gamma Jet 874, Washington, request standby number 1.
Standing by 874.
I am bumping that way.
DC Center, FedEx 19, I'm ready for my turning final.
We did get that down.
FedEx 1980, 4 mile from Preston, turn right heading 300, correction 200, maintain 3000 until staff to localize clear the alternate 23 right approach.
Turn right heading 200 until staff to localize 23 right, FedEx 1980.
Sorry about the delay.
Not a problem.
Hey, Washington Center, Delta 1021, we're ready to taxi for 23 right.
Delta 1021, runway 23 right, taxi to Tango 5 and Bravo.
Tango 5, Bravo, Delta 1021.
A little choppy out here. Just getting outside of his airspace and then other runway, airport, sorry, and then get vectored into Lynchburg when they let us know.
And Papa Sierra 1020, got the clearance for you, advisory, just ready to copy. And number 11985 with a contact and get passing 5,100 and climbing to 1,000 when able to proceed to Lynchburg, resume navigation.
We are coming right up on 5,000. We will now proceed to 11,000 and direct to Lynchburg, resume own navigation, then as filed. Beach 11985.
Papa Sierra 1020, Washington Center.
Papa Sierra 120.
Papa Sierra 1020, clear to Jackson Airport via Roosevelt Street, departure, Charleston, transition to file maintain 5,000, expect level 25010, minute after departure. Departure District C, squawk 3715.
Okay.
Clear to Jacksonville
So,
Airport,
right, so now we got that call for 11,000. That difference was, so I was at actually 5,100. There's a weird bug with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Press the B key to keep resetting your altimeter.
Papa Sierra 1020, come from squawk 3715.
Close enough that way. Right.
Squawk 3715, Papa Sierra 1020.
Papa Sierra 1020, Rebecca's correct, call for taxi, runway 23 left for departure, right altimeter 3015.
23 left for departure, Papa Sierra 1020.
FedEx 1980, wind.
Coming through some clouds here, and then we're just going to...
Wind 340 at 5, runway 23 right, clear land for FedEx 1980.
It's pretty much right where we are.
This land, 23 right, FedEx 1980.
Which is helpful. So again, real ugly. That's literally what we're going through right now. We just can't see anything, but you can see here that we are going to be able to sit on top of this cloud layer. And so that's what I just kind of wanted to know. And we are pretty much above it. And then flying up to 11,000 should make this a pretty easy flight, at least for the majority of today. You can see winds. We're losing about a knot heading into us, been 13 cross. And that's okay. It's a nice stable plane. We are going to throw de-ice gear on today. Just keep us from
Come address 874 Washington Center.
Go ahead.
Commander A74 cleared to Clarksburg Airport, the grid of vectors through Baltimore, then the file climb maintain 12,000, departure frequency 122.72, squawk 3731.
Alright, I got cleared to Clarksburg. Radar vectors Baltimore as filed. Climb to 12,000 after departure and 3731. I missed the frequency there.
Commander A74 departure will be this frequency 122.72.
Alright, departure with you for Gamma Jet 874.
Commander A74, Rebecca's correct call for taxi, runway 22 for departure, the eastern altimeter 3011.
I'll expect 22 and I'll call you in ready to taxi, Gamma Jet 874.
And Washington Center, American 1897, request 2 minutes away.
American 1897, lights are back.
Roger.
So a lot goes on. Right, so now we're up, autopilot set. You can stick fly, it definitely helps. It also helps to know how to use autopilot. Again, sometimes it's easy to kick that on or kick it into altitude roll mode hold. Just as you're climbing and rolling as you need to. It's a great way to just jump on the radio. Remember always, you got to fly it first, then talk.
Ready for taxi.
Takes you a moment to delay back. You wait too long.
Philip 0120, runway 23 left, taxi Alpha 8.
But
actually Alpha 7.
230 left,
they understand.
Alpha 7.
By the way, this is the Rex
weather engine. It's beautiful,
taxi. Injecting the real live weather. Better wind than what's built into Microsoft. So just
FedEx 1980, welcome to Raleigh, welcome taxi to the gates, have a good day.
Worth a few dollars.
Oh, taxi to the gates, Bravo going to the air cargo, FedEx 1980, thank you.
Flying the GPS heading towards Lynchburg. We are about 20 miles, 20.5 miles from Lynchburg, VOR as a waypoint. And we are passing 9,300 for 11,000. We're going to start making a left bank here momentarily. There we go. Autopilot.
I was November 1975 in Texan, Runway Airport.
Okay, and again, just
November 90875, Washington Center, here you're 2x5.
2x5, November 975.
Still some crosswind, but now you're seeing that we are picking up a little bit of a tailwind.
Washington Center, United 968 on Delta, short of Juliet, ready to taxi.
So our ground speed's 188 knots, true airspeed 175, and then that'll all pick up here as we level out at 11,000.
968. Which runway do you want to take?
Well, then you can see we are 50.
We were looking for 19er left, if that's available.
968, no problem, 19er left, taxi via Juliet 1.
Assuming that we're in GPS mode.
19er left via Juliet 1, and can we get the altimeter, United 968?
Like to sync the bug.
968, develop altimeter 3005.
Just like to sync the bug up in case I need to kick it into heading mode. Sometimes you need to look at something. You want to take a look at what the VOR is doing. Again, I can always throw it into that mode. Lock on to just heading, fly a heading, and just again it gives you a little bit of flexibility for what you're doing.
Washington Center, JetBlue 476. If it's possible, can I get direct Snow Hill VR?
So let's just take a look at the weather radar again. It's pretty ugly, but you can see it's all
76, proceed to Snow Hill.
Roger, direct Snow Hill, thank you.
Washington Center, Delta 1021 holding chart, 23 right.
We should be sitting on top of all this today. So that is good until we come back.
Delta 1021, wind runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, liner heading.
Clear for takeoff, runway heading, Delta 1021.
See, it's minus 14 or 5 degrees Celsius outside. So,
November 90875, the Trenton Airport is in Philadelphia. Approach and I do not cover that, so you come on to advisory 122.8.
Okay, 122.8, Information is preliminary.
Center Papa Sierra 1020, ready for departure.
Papa Sierra 10201, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff, heading 200.
Heading 200, 23 left, clear for takeoff. Papa Sierra 23.
Again, push that B key to just keep updating the altimeter, just to make it match. It's the only thing you can really do to make sure that you're always flying the right altimeter rates, because altimeter's off. Air traffic control sometimes haulers. And
American 1897's back.
You're 500 or 1,000 above where we want you to be, and that's the only way to get that synced back up. That's just kind of a part of flying in this platform.
American 1897 to 70, Chesley 4, arrival, Charlotte, landing northeast, Charlotte, altimeter 3011.
3011 descend via the Chesley 4 arrival, landing north, American 1897.
People I'm flying with right now, they can be on other platforms. Some are Flight Sim 2020, some could be Flight Sim X, some could be prepared, some could be X-plane. Pulls it in, just vector data and some basic things, and pulls it all in.
UPS 1276 headed, just maintain 3000.
Descending to 3000, UPS 1276.
American 2070 Heavy checking with you, flight level 380.
American 2070 Washington, squawk it in.
Right here.
We're coming 5 miles into outside of the Lynchburg VOR. Right, and then we're going to change course direct then to airport.
American 2070, we're to contact 8 miles southeast of the Alton VOR for level 380.
What I'm going to do then is we'll pick it up.
And Delta 1021, we're to contact indicate passing 1,400, climb maintain level 320, whenever proceed direct SOCO, resume navigation.
Nav 2, standby.
Direct SOCO, Delta 1021.
United 968 short, 19er left, ready for departure.
It's picking it up.
United 968, 1210 at 9er, fly runway heading, runway 19er left, clear for takeoff.
Flight runway heading, runway 19 left, cleared for takeoff, United 968.
Yeah, nice day out here, beautiful clouds, beautiful sky. Weather
Papa
engine's
Sierra
fantastic.
1020 at 2000.
Just really good. By the way, just to talk for a moment,
Papa Sierra 1020, we're to contact climbing temp level 250, whenever proceed direct Eagle, resume navigation.
Direct Eagle and 250, Papa Sierra 1020.
Running high end.
UPS 1276 heavy, turn left heading 120, vector for final.
Not
left heading 120, UPS 1276.
And at least with Riva Tuner, we're showing about 40 frames. I mean, to me, it looks smooth. Is it the pure butter of 100 frames or something? No, but it does not interrupt my being able to enjoy
American
fly.
2070, contact Indy Center 119.55. Have a good day.
Makes seeing
119.55. Good day, United 2070. Correction, American 2070.
Some of the far detail just a little bit crisper. Alright, so now we just fly. We've got 144 miles to the airport. About 40 minutes.
November 119.85, the Lynchburg altimeter 1, question 3013.
Lynchburg altimeter 3013, Beach 11985. So the best I can do is hit B, and we're off by 100th. Again, it's just sort of what it's
Washington Center, Gamma Jet 874 at the terminal, ready to taxi.
I'm off by a few feet with him, but not enough to really mess with. Again, just to beware if it's off by.
Say 7874, runway 22, taxi Alpha.
Get 30.20.
Alpha to 22 for Gamma Jet 874.
2990. Yeah, I could be off by hundreds of feet, maybe 1,000. There's math for it. I don't know what it is per 10th of an inch and things like that, but just understand that you can definitely be.
Cessna 2 does echo the Acoma County Airport at 12 o'clock, 15 miles, report inside.
Right, so indicated we're doing 173, true airspeed 197. Okay, right, so we're picking up, but then ground speed 213. So we are
GPS 1276 and off from Preston, turn right heading 30. Correction 200, maintain 2000. My apologies, maintain 3000 until it's set to localize clear the ILS runway 23 right approach.
We're heading 200 and to maintain 3000 until establish on the localizer runway 23.
Now that
we're right GPS 1276.
Here, yeah, we're going to dial
in. United 968, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 320.
Climb maintain flight level 320, United 968.
I just throw that in.
United 968, proceed direct blank to resume navigation.
Seek direct blank, resume navigation under 968.
Because now if I want to, what I can do is I can throw to VOR. Actually, we'll do that. So I'm in nav mode. I'm going to change my CDI.
Center Gamma Jet 874, holding true to 22, ready to go.
Right, it's going to move me off just a little bit.
7874, Wincom.
Back to GPS.
Correction,
right,
wind 200 at A, runway 22, clear for takeoff, fly, runway heading.
What's that radio? And I actually
clear for takeoff 22, runway heading, Gamma Jet 874.
That's that difference. But again,
American 1897, contact Atlanta Center 132.907. Have a good day.
Way to fly.
132.907, see ya.
A little sweep around up here. You can just see great weather. I like to usually fly real weather. Well, I always fly real weather with VATSIM. I usually fly the time. You can change the time. Just beware, please, if you're going to do that, make sure you're still turning on all of your lights and things so some other players can see you. And just put in the remarks, flying a daytime set, you know, local time, just throwing what it is. Just lets people know then that you are or are not seeing. I fly, in the evening once kids go to bed. I usually get on here at, say 9 p.m. Eastern. It's already dark. Sometimes I fly out west and it brightens it up, but I tend to fly at night. Weekends are my chance to fly during the day. But if I want to, change the time and keep the weather real, that's up to you. You kind of need to use the real weather. If not, it doesn't bug out the system, not function, but you've got to understand that air traffic control is seeing something different than you're going to see. If they have clear skies and you have thunderstorms, you're being pitched all over the place.
1276, however, I'll be back turn. I should have turned on the diagram. Wind calm, right 23, right clear to land.
Then that's what you've got going on. Conversely, if you have clear, beautiful skies and they have, a downpour, or fog, or haze, they're going. You're not going to be able to see. For IFR, you're kind of locked in, but if you're doing VFR, they're going to limit you and change or give you kind of more than what you're really supposed to have, and so it's just a better way to sync it up. So,
UPS 1276, Washington Center.
Just a good habit is to
UPS 1276, establish on the localizer runway 23 right.
UPS 1276, my apologies about the bad back terrain, wind calm, right 23 right, clear to land.
23 right, clear to land, UPS 1276, no problem.
2 Delta Echo, Washington Center.
2 Delta Echo, with you.
Cessna 2 Delta Echo, the Acoma County at your 12 o'clock, 900 miles, report to field inside.
We'll do 7-2 Delta Echo.
It is beautiful up here. Definitely a little cold, but not terrible. Was not sure what the clouds were, so you can definitely look that up with METOR data, and you can get that. If you read it incorrectly.
That's November 172 Delta Echo, field in sight.
You do something wrong.
Number
with that.
2 Delta Echo, Roger. Radar service terminated. Frequency change improves. Maintain VFR. Have a good day.
We have some big clouds. We can get adjustments. We can ask for them. They're not guaranteed. But, I could radio Washington Center right now and say, request.
Gamma Jet 7874 or 30. Correction, Gamma Jet 874. Radar contact. Proceed or Baltimore resume navigation.
Or to come underneath.
Direct Baltimore in navigation. Gamma Jet 874.
And again, if they can allow for that, they will. If they cannot, you're stuck. Again, this VATSIM, they're trying to let people have fun and have a good time with that. You can hear my passengers in the background, the 2 dogs today. So that's what we're doing. So we've got 34 minutes to go, 122 miles. Yeah, it's a nice flight. We'll see what ground conditions are in Norfolk. You know, if they're dark and drizzly, we may get an ILS.
Washington Center, Unit 9141, good morning. On the ground at Raleigh, requesting IFR to Atlanta, please.
9141, Washington Center, close request number 1, expect PDC.
Good.
Roger, thank you.
Good to have the little notebook. I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but you got to write a lot down. You can hear this. You're not going to commit it to memory. You need to write it down. When you get your IFR clearance earlier, I'll show it, but just to kind of talk through it, it's called craft clearance to the place you're going to. The route, that's altitude, frequency, transponder. You're always going to get it. You're always going to get it in that order. And so it's good to know kind of what's coming. And the more that you get on VATSIM, the more you kind of know what's coming up. For example, if I get radioed right now, I'm going to get an altimeter. I could just get asked for what is my altitude.
Come on, just 874. When you get a chance, recycle transponder to squawk 3542, please.
3542 for Gamma Jet 874.
You can get that, or if you pass in a new center and you have to contact them, you have to give them where you're at. They could ask you to ident. You literally go into the transponder and just push that ident button and it shows up for them. Other things that I could get kind of asked or told right now is at some point we will start the conversation on how am I coming into this airport to land. We'll talk arrivals, stars, when they apply. You know, we'll talk about vectoring me in. We may talk, you know, what is it that I need? Again, air traffic control is here to kind of tell you what's going to go on, but when there are options or when they can give you some choices, they do. You know, a lot of the time, you're going to get a visual on here. I was flying over a mountain range out west a couple nights ago. I could not find that airport because I was coming, big mountain as you're coming over, and it shows up right here. You know, needed help, and again, they cleared out some traffic for me and let me circle south of the airport to drop some altitude because I needed to get over the mountains. And you come in and it's way lower, and so it could circle down. Again, we're able to have a discussion, get lined up, set up for what you need to do. They'll vector you in, they make sure that you're good. That first time that you fly, second time you fly, it is a little nerve-wracking. It's different. You don't want to look like the guy who has a girl who, you know, whomever, that has no idea what they're doing. You learn a lot doing it, makes it a lot of fun. I think it adds a new level of realism to flying. And then you learn, you pick up, you hear the other traffic, you kind of know what's going to come up next time.
UPS 1276, runway 23 right is located via
UPS 1276, welcome to Raleigh, pass it to the gate, have a good day, to the ramp actually.
Taxi to the ramp, UPS 1276, have a good day.
And that's really all that we do. I think that radio traffic and having to fly a bit more for real makes it fun. But no time or ways that make it the only thing. So we are right at 30 minutes out. 108 miles. Norfolk Airport. One thing to know, again, depending on how much you're flying, not flying, if you're kind of just new to flight simulators, you've been doing this a long time, it just depends where you're at and I understand. So they are not always VORs right at the airport. This is an instance where the VOR transmitter pretty much smack in the middle of the airport. There's usually one in the vicinity, but it can be miles and miles and miles away. So the only reason I bring that up is if you're flying GPS waypoints and you're going to fly that flight plan to that airport, if you're using VORs as backups or just another way to be able to navigate, do pay attention that sometimes that final waypoint, you could be off. You're off to the side.
And Washington Center, United 9141, Shepherd 3 departure, we got the numbers, requesting push.
United 9141, push and start at Your discretion cover taxi for the Foxtrot.
We'll give you a shout for taxi with Foxtrot 9141. No, there's no ATIS.
The Raleigh altimeter 3014.
3014, I'm going to grab the meet tower, United 9141.
This is one of those things, kind of the more you want to get into it, the more you can. I feel like each flight I learn something new. I find a new component that I need to understand more, but you can definitely get out and practice and have fun. Just have fun. Again, be respectful of the other people. I've definitely heard of folks getting a bad rap on here. I've not seen it. I've definitely written about that a little bit. The controllers, I feel like this is typical. People jumping on, having fun, sounding professional, needing some help sometimes, but that's really it. You know, I don't hear people being too crazy. I will also say I've not flown into O'Hare, Atlanta, JFK, LaGuardia, Logan, Boston. LAX. I've not flown into those. You know, there's a lot of the folks that like to fly the airliners. You know, there's 10 or 15 flights kind of coming and going at once, and they usually tend to have delivery, ground, tower, approach, departure, and a center. There's a lot of handoffs, and so then that is a lot of, if you're told to dial that next frequency, you do need to get on there. If you have no idea how to work that radio, it makes it harder. So that's kind of why I say, you know, run kind of within one center, let them handle everything for you on some of these early flights, and then maybe throw in like an approach to an approach. Or even if they overlap, so you might fly approach to approach that's 2 or 3, you know, approach, center, approach, because then those approaches will still handle everything down and up. It just makes it a lot easier. I'll be honest, I fly a ton in Florida. It feels like there's some awesome controllers down between Jacksonville Center, Jacksonville Airport, Orlando Airport, Tampa. I do stay out of Miami. Again, Miami gets a lot busier. I feel like I'm kind of in between. I probably could do it, but
JetBlue 476 leaving Merit Space, New York Center's offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, have a good day, Ashley Boston's offline.
Over to Unicom, I'll go on JetBlue 476.
Over time that will make more sense, I promise. And before you do this, it helps. Just park like where we did, right? Set up at one of these airports on a center, go to LaGuardia, you know, hit these different spots, park.
November 11985, the Richmond altimeter 3013.
Richmond altimeter 3013, beach 11985. Still no update when I hit the B key. 3012 versus 3013. Close enough that I'm not gonna fret about it or have a big discussion. Again, if you're having a bug and you can't get it to work, let air traffic control know. They may make an adjustment. They might just note that you're going to be showing up in the system different than what you think. Or again, the less busy it is where you're flying, the less big of a deal. I've followed airplanes in and out for landings and takeoffs. I've been the only person kind of like, now I don't see anything near me. It kind of just depends what's going on. Like I said, you can always jump out to the different systems. Like I said, I think VATSIM mobile monitor is the most up to date for the airplanes, for whatever reason, not the centers, in my opinion. So you can always jump in and cheat a little bit. You can see where you're at, kind of where you're flying to, and there is nobody around me. Makes it nice.
No, 141, short of Foxtrot. Ready for taxi, we got the numbers.
United 9141, running 22 red taxi, Tango 8, Bravo.
22 right via Tango 8, Bravo. United 9141.
Sim address A74 to Baltimore, Timber 3005.
3005 for Gamma Jet 874.
88 miles out. 24.5 minutes.
Number 11985. When able to say approach request on weather board in Norfolk.
Will do. Let me pull up a couple of charts and take a look at things. And I will get back to you in a couple minutes.
No problem.
Okay, right, so that's what I talked about. So they're going to say, since he's controlling it all, there's some flexibility on what do we want to do. And so I'm going to pull up my charts and things and take a little peek. When I pull up, and you can't see this, I'm on the iPad again with the system here. Look at again, a couple of options. Typically, an easy one or helpful one is
Washington Center, Delta 1021. Should I be going over to Atlanta Center?
Delta 1021, I will give you to Indy Center shortly directly.
Alright, that'll do. Thank you.
Delta 1021, confirm you're climbing.
Yeah, actually I am, and I am just a little bit over. I need to come back down to 320.
Delta 1021, if you want 340 will be fine.
Alright, we'll go to 340, Delta 1021.
Yeah, Delta 1021, climbing level 340.
Wind just kind of looks like from anywhere, so if that's the case, then I mean, I'd rather just come in straight.
United 14100. At Bravo 9.
United 141. Wind calm, right 2 to right, clear for takeoff, learner heading.
Clear for takeoff. 23 right, and go fly the runway, United 9141, sorry.
So 1021, contact in the center 119.55, have a good day.
119.55, thank you sir, Delta 1021.
Washington Center, Beach 119.85. From what I can tell from the weather, it looks like it's not doing a whole heck of a lot at the ground. If that's the case, runway 5 would be great based on ceiling, kind of in between for maybe an ILS approach. But if you've got a little bit different weather, if you feel we can do visual, but if not, an ILS on 5 I think would be appropriate.
Unit November 119.85, yeah, the weather is probably want to do a visual. Okay, expect the ILS 5 approach.
Can I get that approach one more time for 5?
Number 985, expect the ILS 5 approach into Norfolk.
Roger that. ILS into 5, thank you. So we're going to get an ILS into 5. So, I can now pin that. Again, if you're using Navigraph, you'll know what the pins are for. I can overlay those maps again. And so here's where I start doing some of these different things now. So I'm going to set this now to VOR. And that's going to wiggle us a little bit. That's okay though. Because now I'm going to come into my procedures. And I'm going to select approach.
United 9141 with a contact, climb maintain for level 360.
Up to 360, United 91.
ILS 5. There are no transitions.
United 9141, when able to proceed direct Qatar, resume navigation.
Direct to Qatar, United 9141.
So, what this changed now was, so one, I'm doing two things. I'm flying a little bit further north. It's just the way that the, there we go. should have centered earlier. That was my fault. Swung around a little bit, not paying attention. That was me. That was on me. You always need to hit that center button. It centers the radial, doesn't find a different radial. Still kind of getting used to flying VOR. So I'm flying the VOR now into the airport. The difference is now the airport and kind of this intercept right there, they're not identical because I need to loop into the airport. So I'm going to ask if he wants to vector me to it, or if yeah, I can set a direct waypoint now towards Kaylee. Washington Center, Beach 119er85, yeah, pulling up the approach, ILS 5 approach details, and it does have a change in waypoints now to add in Kaylee. Am I okay to proceed direct to Kaylee, or do you want to vector me around a little bit later in the flight plan?
Correction, November 119er85. You can proceed to Kaylee right now.
Roger, I will proceed to Kaylee, Beach 119er85.
Papa Sierra 1020, radar kind of lost.
Okay, so now I'm going to turn around GPS, and this is going to now bring me down to
United 960, descend me to Chesley 4, arrival, Charlotte landings north, the Charlotte altimeter 3011.
Right, so now we're going to get...
Descend by the Chesley 4, arrival, Charlotte's landing north, we got the altimeter United 968.
We're getting down 15, 16 frames on Ultra. Definitely not awesome. Some extra things kind of going on with where the weather is right now. Sometimes good to know.
Come on, just 874, the Martinsburg altimeter 3003.
3003 for Gamjet 874.
And we are icing on the windshield a little bit, so that is okay. We are going to go throw some windshield ice, de-ice on. Go through the ice lights. So frame's not icing, and you can see that already briefly took care of that up here. Again, so just be careful when you're flying through clouds below 0 Celsius. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. Also, turn your strobes off when you are in clouds, if you can think to. Again, no one's really going to yell at you, but just kind of trying to fly by the book a little bit. And let's take a look at the radar. And you can see that we are going to be smack in this now for a little bit, and that is okay. You're getting jostled a little bit more. That's why it helps to know how to fly IFR, because if you can tell which direction we're going, so you can see just a little bit of light through these clouds, not much. It is pretty hairy as we're coming through here. Hit B key just to try to get it synced up a little bit better, and we are. So we are 53 miles to Kaylee. At Kaylee, we should be at 2,100 feet, so we will start getting dropped in then.
United 9141, contact London Center 132.97. Have a good day.
132.97, United 9141, good day.
About 19 minutes. Yeah, that will slow down. That ETE, estimated time en route, does slow down or changes your miles and velocity changes. So that's always a real-time update based on what you're doing. Yeah, getting a little bit of ice here. We do have it, de-icing is on. We are picking up a little bit. We get much more, we will
Number 985 at pilot discretion, this maintain 3000, the Norfolk altimeter 3014.
At our discretion, descend to 3000, altimeter 3014, beach 119.85. Okay, so they are letting us know. We'll hit B key one more time. Yep, again, off by 100, not a big deal. We are then going to drop it down to 3000. Yes. So to 1000, right? So we're going to take us 7 minutes. And so we're going to drop it about 1500. We're going to cut speed a little bit. Cut power. Sorry, never cut speed. Cut power.
Good afternoon, Washington Center, American 2702 is out of flight level 250, 21 miles southeast of the Morgantown VOR.
Still maintaining.
American 2702, Washington Center, squawk 3702.
3702, American 2702.
Take about 5 minutes to come down. See, we're kind of hanging right here at 16 minutes 42 seconds because we're changing this. We were spending more effort to come down than go forward than we were doing that. And again, this is what you're seeing. This is real weather. This is what we chose. We wanted to be able to keep it a little bit interesting. But the flip side to that is we cannot see a whole heck of a lot. On my charts, you know, and we're coming into Kaylee. So once we hit Kaylee, right? So how's an ILS approach, right? We're going to be at Kaylee, and then we are going to be dropping into PA, and then Acuno. PA, we should be able to pick up the localizer around 1600 feet altitude. We should be able to capture the localizer and glide slope, and then bring it on in. At this time too, I always like to talk about, again, real life view.
American 2702, with a contact to 900 miles southeast of the Morgantown VOR for level 250. Descend via the Freedom 5 arrival. Expect the RNAV runway 19 approach, the Washington altimeter 3007.
Okay, descend on the Freedom 5 arrival into Washington Reagan. Expect a 19er RNAV approach, and can you repeat that altimeter one more time for American 2702?
American 2702, the Washington altimeter 3007.
Okay, 3007, American 2702.
Again, just good to know too, what do we do in a missed approach scenario? You know, what might be coming up. In a missed approach, we are going to fly back to 2000 and then direct to the Cape Charles VOR, at which point then we can enter a holding pattern, loop around, and then get vectored back in to try it again. You can see we are coming through the cloud cover. Not looking awesome today. 100% why we're doing an ILS. It is kind of ugly. We'll throw strobes back on. See some rain out in front of us. And we did pick up some ice in that. Should be dropping down to warmer temperatures here momentarily. Yeah, I just can't see anything too great out here. Runway should be off, you know, 10 o'clock or so somewhere. We're still not seeing it. I'm seeing somebody out that way. That's an airport. And
Washington Center, United 968, leaving flight level 320, descending by the Chisley 4.
Gonna take a couple more minutes now. We're just not.
968, Roger.
Power back up a little bit. Mess with our RPM a little.
United 968, contact London Center 132.97. Have a good day.
Over to Atlanta Center, have a good day.
Weather's being a little taxing on us right now. I'll be honest, I've not had frames drop anywhere near this low. today. It also could be because we're doing some video capture. Something to monitor forward. Here they're just letting us know they're going to be done and wrapping it up here in 10 minutes. So we may or may not have someone to guide us all the way in, but that's okay. It still kind of shows you, and this happens too. Sometimes they jump off. It's kind of one of those good things to know. So we are out of the freezing weather. We can turn off our de-icing. 4 degrees C. Again, at 15 frames here, I'm not loving this, but that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. Definitely a little frustrated with the performance right now. We're seeing, not seeing. Let's just throw radar back on, maybe. You know, it's just probably going to be pretty much this until we hit the ground, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, that's what ILS is for, instrument flight. Power back just a hair. We don't want to get too close to our limits. Yeah, we can't say anything too great. We can see though. At least we can see something. We know which way's up, not just looking at instruments. It always helps to at least have a little bit of a kind of a friend with that. Okay. 26 miles out, 13 minutes. Again, we're hitting these more pockets of just kind of some mess in here. Winds are starting to calm down. See a little bit. You can see, you know, it's hard to land in this. Like this, you can also pick airports and do VATSIM in beautiful clear skies, and then never worry about anything but visual approaches. Again, this gives you an extra element. So we're going to sync up again our headings just in case we want to flip over to that here at some point. Side for the localizer. Picked up the localizer. Not too much in the way of big obstacles. Elevation is 26 feet at the touchdown zone, so almost zero, right? So decision altitude 200 feet. So if we can't determine that we can land at 200, then we have to make a missed approach. So that's just, you know, something to be aware of.
American 2702, proceed or Fergie, cross Fergie at 3000 and clear the RNAV runway 19 approach.
Okay, proceed to Fergie, RNAV 19 approach, maintain 3000, American 2702.
What's that? Yeah, I will be down in about 10 minutes. Can you say 10 minutes?
I picked some puppies. I picked a big one, but I didn't pick them very much. Puppy I picked. So cute.
Thank you. All right, I'll be down a little bit. Don't touch. That's me. And I'm flying to the orange, the pink. I'm that pink thing. I'm trying to fly to that kind of orange pink thing. Look, it's all ugly and stormy out, huh? Yep. When I'm done, if you want to fly with me after I land, after lunch, we can fly if you want to. Deal? It's the engine here. Look. See? It's the engine. That's the wing. I'm looking out the side now. Does it make sense? Yep, you just got to hang out there because I've got to fly it. Deal? You can still watch. It's a little... Don't push the screen, please. That's a river. Do one more B key. 3015. Good. No changes with that. I'm going to bring up vPilot just to make sure DC center is shown still on. You know, approximately 7 more minutes with them. 8 minutes to touchdown. We'll be coming in here pretty close. We're seeing a little bit better. Weather's not quite so terrible now. Still low clouds, but definitely a little bit easier than it was. Munchkin, do you want to tell Mommy that we're going to do sandwiches in 10 minutes? We can always just check again VATSIM mobile monitor just for kind of a make sure who's flying in. So we need to do Unicom, but literally nobody near us.
At center, I just got disconnected. American 2702 on back line. I know you're closing, but I see you. It's back on.
Okay. You petted a kitty. That's awesome. Oh, cool. Line over Norfolk Executive. Washington Center Beach 11985, just want to say thanks for the service today, as always. A lot of fun and excellent.
And 985, thanks for flying. Radar service terminated, frequency improved, have a good day.
Thank you. So no, he's going to be off here in a moment.
And Gemma Jet 874, you're also leaving airspace. Welcome to West Virginia. Radar service terminated, frequency change improved, have a good day.
See ya, Gemma Jet 874.
American 2702. Wind 2107, rate 19er, clear to land.
Okay, 19er, clear to land, American 2702.
And American 2702, come on to rise to 122.8 whenever you feel like.
Okay, over to Unicom, American 2702.
And all stations, Washington Center is now closed. Monitor rise to 122.8, thanks for flying, have a good day.
So we will tune in 122.8. No one's out here, but it's always good practice. Plus, someone could spawn. Don't forget that. Yeah, someone could come in, jump on Unicom themselves. No one's out here. 122. Whoa, overspeeding a little bit. 122. We'll get this piece first. Okay, so you can see the Norfolk out in front of us. We got some rain. No one else is out. There's also good use of that in the controlled airport. Just one time here. Wind is not too crazy. You can see that there's definitely more clouds and mess that we're flying into. And we're going to take this down to 1600. And then we're going to throw approach mode on. It just makes it more sensitive to both the localizer. Look, we got a rainbow out in front of us. Really nice. You can see the rain and kind of mess. And we are 2 miles PEA. We are getting down in there. And we're getting closer to capture glide slope. PA, we need to be at 16. And we are on the localizer, and we've captured glide slope. Okay. Landing lights on. We are going to slow down now to approach speed. Dropping power a little bit. Once we drop power a little more, we're going to kick the approach flaps down. So we are 3 miles out. Approach flaps, gear down. And that'll help us shed some speed. Bring power up to about 50%. Kick the RPMs down just a little. Okay. We are coming in on 5. Oh, winds a little crosswind to the left, 4 knots, so nothing too wild. You can see we're here. We're going to kick down now the bottle flaps. Power. We are on the glide slope. I can see it. Yeah, here we're at 750. So while not just super walk in the park, we are going to be able to make a nice safe landing, get it down here to final approach speed. And frames are starting to suffer a little bit again, just I think some of the weather and recording. Norfolk traffic, Beach 119 or 85 on final approach for runway 5 ILS. So make a quick little heads up to anybody that's out there. Frames are terrible. We're at 400 feet. I'm gonna write this in at least as far as we need to, maybe a little extra, just because, again, kicking off autopilot, and then we're just gonna fly her down on in. Not my best work, but the frames at 10 feet per 10 FPS is kind of, there we go. And then we sped back up, kind of got out of that weather a little bit, and look at that. Cut power. And down. Okay. So then I can bring up a map. Zoom in here as well. Get a better idea. And we'll take this next taxiway. Okay, powered up a little bit. And we made it down. Never graded. General aviation parking is and isn't. So a lot of times we just kind of taxi somewhere and find a good spot to make our way to. So just safe to shut it down. Actually, I see some smaller crafts over in here, and actually that's not taxiway. Blue indicates taxiways. That was my fault. We're getting actually onto some roads and such, but this is back to the taxiway. Okay. And we'll bring it over here. Always told your thanks, centers thank you. We jumped on before he got off just to say thanks. Just nice practice. They put a lot of time and effort in making this a heck of a lot of fun for us. And we are going to get this bad boy parked right in here. Look, he's even going to bring me in. Okay, parking brake on, power down, mags off, lights off, tow heat off, avionics master, and we are good. That's it.